Hello everyone, my name is KelSounds, and this is Series 3, Episode 3 of Serum 2 Sound Design. I don't know why I always get confused, like, which episode. And I have this little extra track here, so this is... Actually, before I show you anything, let me do a little recap. This was Episode 1 of Series 3, so this is the sound that we made. This was Episode 2 of Series 3. Kind of the same sound. And then this was a little extra preset that I was working on inside of Serum 2. So I was actually... the purpose of this was to mess around with the bode effect inside of Serum 2. And so that's like its own little frequency shifter effect. And I thought it'd be kind of cool to try and use that with this preset that we're about to work on. Let me go ahead and show you what the wavetable is going to sound like really quickly. So this is the wavetable that we're going to be importing into Serum 2. But yeah, I want to try and use the bode effect because I think it's a really interesting tool, and I have the manual pulled up here just to kind of help out a little bit, kind of describing what each knob does. I can't remember if I showed you guys this, but this is the extra. And I have Serum 2 on here, and I have a snap heap effects as well. I'm going to turn that off because this is what it sounds like without it. And then with the snap heap effects, it sounds like this. It's kind of a little bit of feedback there because of the OTT inside of the snap heap. But basically, I went ahead and utilized the bode effect inside of Serum 2. I think it's really cool, and we're going to try and use it more with this next Serum 2 preset. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to go ahead and import our wavetable. So I'm going to open this up, enter our formula, F0, and then drag and drop our wavetable in there. And then for processing, I'm going to hit that, remove DC offsets, more crossfade. And I guess the normalize doesn't really matter because the wavetable is already kind of loud anyways. But yeah, I think we're ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and see how that sounds really quickly. I'm just going to assign this here, set this to loop. Perfect, and then I think the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and just... Alrighty, cool. And then I want to put some tube distortion on this a little bit. And then I know I usually do phase modulation from A, but I want to try and do it without, and then if I don't like the result, I'll just go ahead and do phase modulation. That already sounds really cool, but of course I want to add some more stuff. So I'm going to send this to the filter. So what happens if we try a low pass? I think that'd be kind of cool to do a little modulation here. And then maybe we can run it through filter 2. Try out the comb filter. I think that sounds kind of cool. Let's turn up the drive a little bit. Sweet, and then I want to go ahead and I think I might use a little bit of OTT first. Turn down the, do some upwards, turn on the mix, and turn up the gain. And then, of course, I'm going to go ahead and add a equalizer and then a utility. And the utility is just to control the volume. And this, I just put a high pass on the sound. Actually, I'll leave it at 210. That seems like a pretty good range for enough space for the sub. Oh yeah, I really love the comb filter effect. But let's go ahead and use that bode. So I'm going to put it before the equalizer in the utility. Okay, so for the bode, last time I was messing with this. I think what I want to do is turn the width down so that way there's not any stereo information. And then the DIR is the direction that the shift is going to be happening. So I think if I turn it this way. Okay, so if it's all the way at 0, it's like the highest. And then if I turn to the right, it's at a lower frequency. But I want it to be the opposite direction. So I'm going to turn direction, DIR, to the right. So it could go higher in frequency as I turn the shift from all the way to the left to the right. And then I'm going to assign that to macro 1. And then for the range, that's just like how far the frequency shift is going to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that up a little bit, maybe to like 500 hertz. And then of course we can just go ahead and tweak this as well. So it's like your normal like Ableton frequency shifter, except it's a bode frequency shifter. And I think it's named after Harold Bode. I don't know if I hope I didn't butcher the name too bad. But yeah, you can always go ahead and look more into that. But that's who it's named after, which is pretty cool. But yeah. And I think a distortion after the bode might sound pretty cool, so let's go ahead and try that out. A little bit of a Reese effect. That's kind of a funky sort of effect. Oops, accidentally. I forgot, like, if you hover over a knob and you mess with a scroll, it'll turn down the values. But yeah, anyways, it's a pretty funky effect. So, let's see. I think I kind of like that, honestly. And let me go ahead and turn down the randomness. And I think I'm going to send oscillator B directly out for our sub. This is just going to be a regular sine wave, kind of, yeah. Ooh. And then I think the last few things I want to do here is add another equalizer. We'll kind of mix the sub in a little bit later. Maybe we can modulate the frequency here. And then I kind of want to compress it a little bit. Maybe turn this to 220. And I'll do -20 for the thresh on the compressor. I kind of leave the settings as they are. Turn up the gain a little bit. And then come over here to our utility and turn this down a little bit. Kind of just pretty much all the way, actually. And then kind of just find a good volume. Maybe like right there. And then now I kind of want to mix our sub in. So the level's at 0. I think I want to add a little bit more harmonics to this to kind of, squarify it a little bit. So I guess right there is pretty good. There we go. Let's see what that sounds like. And then I think I also want to modulate the fine tune for both of these, just to kind of give it a little bit more movement. Actually, let me go ahead and save just in case this thing crashes. Just like Series 2, had to learn that the hard way. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then maybe, wait, did I already throw? Oh yeah, maybe one more OTT, just for the overkill. Okay, so I did turn down, oopsies, I always do that. I did turn down the volume by quite a bit, and I turned the main up by a lot, so maybe we'll turn this up a little bit, turn this down. I mean, it sounds good. I really shouldn't even be messing with anything. Oh, whoops, I turned the filter off, but if I turn it back on, kind of gives it a little bit more texture. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of like it without the filter. Sounds a little bit more clean. Wait a minute, where am I going? Oh yeah. And I think that's our sound. Yeah, so you can either have this on or off, but I'm gonna turn it off because I like it without the filter. Sweet, and as always, for the timestamp, this is our final sound. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Adios.